Chainsaw Man Part 2 is good, but it's not anything too crazy. Obvious spoilers are added for those who are not caught up with Chainsaw Man just yet. So as many of you may know, after years of waiting, the new Chainsaw Man arc has finally arrived, starring a brand new protagonist and her devil companion, the War Devil. The War Devil wants to kill Denji, the most lovable and naive guy in this world, and it's been good so far. The action is dope and I can't wait for us to learn more about the world of Chainsaw Man and see Denji grow, but when it comes to the excitement of the story, it stops at Denji. Chainsaw Man shines in the way characters bounce around one another, and although the dynamic of Asa and Yoru is much more present than Denji and Kushida, their reactions are nowhere near as fun as the ones that Denji had with any other character. The best dynamic she has is with Denji, but as her own character, I can name many that stand out a lot more than her. She's not really all that memorable from a design standpoint. She's just an average high schooler, which to be fair is better than most exaggerated anime designs I've seen, but it doesn't compare to the amount of information you receive by just looking at the other characters from the series. At a first glance, Aki is calm and composed, but his hair shows this messy side to him since it's so abruptly cut off. Power's design literally screams at you, which is perfect for the jackass she is. Kobani looks like she's a step away of shitting her pants and killing someone. And Denji's the guy. Just look at the fella. He's him. With his pointy teeth, almost like a shark, and his messy orange hair, you can tell Denji has not lived a proper day in his life, even with the formal attire. And Asa just feels like, she's just a character design. She could be a background character in all honesty, and there's some appeal to that, but she brings nothing interesting to the table aside from accidentally killing a chicken. R.I.P. Bucky. What shines in Asa's design is not her, but the War Devil. A much more messier hairstyle and face that says I've been through shit. This dynamic reminds me a lot of Juki and Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, though I think JJK does a much better job at differentiating one and the other. While watching the series, you almost forget that they have the same face because their facial expressions are so different that it doesn't feel like they share the same body. It's really cool. And while the War Devil's design is neat, there's nothing all that exciting about it. Sometimes I get confused about whether it's Asa or the War Devil talking. But there are so many aspects that are unique to Sukuna's design that makes a clear divide between the characters. The marks throughout the bodies, the long nails, the multiple eyes, and the exaggerated swagger. This doesn't mean that Fujimoto should just copy and paste whatever Gege is doing, but there's definitely something to learn from it. I enjoy these characters and the beginning was really promising. The first chapter was really good at introducing our main characters. Paneling was absolutely superb and brutal. The action was extreme and it really felt like Chainsaw Man. But the other characters are just, The school shooter girl is certainly odd, but there's nothing memorable about her aside from being occasionally funny. Her relationship with Asa is cute, but Fujimoto shines at making dynamic relationships with characters, and this one isn't really that special. They don't have many meaningful moments, and the story's in this weird in between because it feels like it moves kinda slow. A chapter goes by and you don't really feel like you learned a lot, but it also cuts short to the big emotional moments that drastically change dynamics. For example, we only get one chapter for them to bond, and then you get slammed with something big happening, and then they calm down for a second, and something big happens again. And the characters aren't that fun. That's the thing. The characters aren't fun. Like, Chainsaw Man threw me the most insane shit ever, but they had such a wide range of reactions to one thing. Kobeni's losing it, Denji doesn't really care, Power's laughing her ass off, Aki's trying to figure things out super seriously, Arai is patiently scared, and Himeno is a little bit of all of them. So it was okay for the pacing to be so fast because there was always so much substance to every chapter. I find myself enjoying the anime a lot more than what's going on in the manga currently. Seeing more Denji is awesome, but going back to these different ideas that Fujimoto had in part 1, and Denji's always changing dream is more entertaining than a devil wanting revenge on Chainsaw Man. It felt unique. Octopus Guy is back, and the best interaction we've had with him was of course Denji. That's the biggest problem with this part. Denji is awesome. In every chapter he's in, the talk of the walk is Denji. And I understand. He's so, oh my god, I love him. Denji's back and he's already flipping tropes left and right. His super secret identity? He tells people that he's Chainsaw Man. They just don't believe him. Denji's still just like me. He's broke and will do anything for some money. Octopus Guy wants to get lunch and talk to Denji. And Denji's like, nah, I'm broke. I can't. The Octopus Guy goes, nah, bro, don't worry, it's on me. And it cuts to them at the restaurant. Denji is fucking that shit up. You don't want to know why he wants the world to know he's Chainsaw Man?
The hoes gon' love this.
Even when Asa meets Denji, that's arguably the funniest interaction the character ever had. It's fun and the paneling is on another level, making sure to capture the movement of the characters and give a cinematic feel to it. It's so great. It's so great. This batch of chapters were the most talked about moments from this entire part so far. And that's the thing. We love Denji, and he's also the problem. The fact that this is the continuation of a story that focused on such an interesting and human character, a character that is not only memorable, but badass and funny as hell, to one that's just an average main character is weird. And I really want to like this change. I like the story, and I like the characters just fine, but it's not as good. And I hate to say that. Even the demon designs so far are less memorable, though the cockroach devil looks pretty cool. He's almost like a kaiju, which is really fitting with how much people fear cockroaches. I still love Chainsaw Man. I hope that this is just a slow beginning that will build up into something much greater. High school is a very cliche environment compared to this public defense organization that kills devils for a living, but I think you can make it unique. The Devil Hunter Club is a prime example of that. If they just make the setting and overall story more interesting, give Asa and the War Devil memorable moments like Denji going on a date with Makima, I think it would create a better balance between the two. The scenario right now is simple, but it can be built into some of the most interesting portions of Chainsaw Man. And just by the whole Chainsaw Man copycat thing we have going on right now, there's definitely more of a mysterious vibe to it. But for now, I'm not really craving the next chapter the way I do with One Piece or Berserk. My least favorite part about the scenario that we're in right now is the fact that what I'm most excited for is nothing that's going on right now. I'm more looking forward to seeing Kobeni or Kishibe. I'm not as invested with the current story going on right now. I don't want this to be an Avengers hype cameo compilation. I want to love these characters. I want to forget that there was ever a part 1, because this feels like a completely different spin on the story. I like the characters, but I only really enjoy them when Denji's around. They're not as memorable as Power, Aki, Kobeni, Shark Boy, Quanchi, Makima, Reize, Kishibe. God damn it, Fujimoto. Why do you have to kill all your characters? This part was kind of funny.